So do you want to find out more about ADUs? What the heck is an ADU? Well, if you're in Los Angeles, it's a hot subject here, and we're going to talk about it today.
We're going to teach you your ABCs of the ADUs. We sound like a
reminds
rap
me of
song.
that advertisement, AD-do.
AD-do.
Remember that guy?
We're dating ourselves. All right, so we have this great article by Elena
Schneider.
Schinder.
All right.
But I like this. We haven't talked about ADUs before. What's an ADU?
All right, so it's an accessory dwelling unit, additional dwelling unit, a granny flat, a guest house, whatever you want to call it. It is a small, separate piece of property that is on one piece of land that cannot be sold independently from the property, cannot be mortgaged independently from the property. For all intents and purposes, it is part of your property, but it's separate. Just separate enough to keep the in-laws or your teenage kids or whoever you want close, but not inside your house.
What's really nice is these were challenging to have. Well, one, we don't have enough housing. So that's why the government is now eased up on the codes and...
yeah, I mean, most of these are garage conversions.
Right.
Yeah, the majority of these are in LA.
You couldn't do that before.
You could not do that. There was all kinds of illegal ones of these, and now everybody's legalizing them because the housing crisis that we're having here in California and across the country, because we haven't built enough homes over the last decade for a massive amount of population growth.
And I like how they show, like, here's a typical apartment, but this was really cool. Here's an ADU, an additional dwelling unit on the property.
Like a little barn.
It's a little house.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, you put your grandparents there, your father there, mother-in-law there.
Kids.
Rent it. You can actually rent.
You can rent it. Be careful with
zoning.
your local city codes and make sure about that.
And this is pretty cool. Here's typically they have a kitchen and units and washer and dryer.
Like a studio.
It's a studio, basically.
Yeah.
Here's a one-bedroom freestanding ADU. So there's a lot of benefits to having one versus having your parents trying to stay in their big property or away at an apartment building. Here, they're right behind you, and actually it's a lot more cost efficient.
It's easier to care for them. It's easier to save money. It's a really great tool that you can use for your aging parents. I know that I was looking at an opportunity to do something like this. I know my cousin's doing an opportunity to do something like this. You do need a little bit of land, but you could definitely do a conversion. So it's just something to look at. Now be very careful and wary of contractors. I will tell you that contractors don't know what they're doing when it comes to ADUs. So I would recommend the use of an architect. I would recommend the use of a general contractor and not a do-it-yourself handyman type of guy, because you can make a lot of mistakes and it could end up being very costly.
All right, so hopefully we helped you with your ABCs of the ADUs, additional dwelling units, something you should look into. Like I said, luckily the government is relaxed the guidelines regarding them and allowing us the opportunity to create more housing and help out a family member or help ourselves out.
One last asterisk. It will not increase the value of your home like they tell you it will. Be very careful with that. You're going to spend $60,000, $70,000 to put one of these on your land, and it might only increase the value of your home $25,000. So
it's kind of like putting a pool in.
Exactly. So be careful. It is not like adding a second unit, and they will not be giving you 2-unit value on an appraisal. Just disclaimer, make sure you check with what you're doing first.
All right. You heard it right here on the National Real Estate Cafe. Again, find out more at donandgino.com. Check out our YouTube channel, subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch these daily, and share with your friends.